Hey y'all, this is Ladybug Lotus here, and I'm back on my channel to um make a video since it's been like a whole bunch of days since the last time I made a video for my channel. Um, Today is the 1st of May, and I am in some beautiful feeling energy, though it's like new energy. Um it's like a new phase, new yeah, like a new phase, new path type of energy. Um Kind of feeling like I'm transitioning from a previous very difficult, hard path. So I feel a little winded, a little tired, but not disheartened, not discouraged. I feel like I'm just, it's kind of like you've been having a race and run fast, work hard. Now I feel like I'm just kind of cruising, uh casually walking along into this new path, like, whew, damn, that was a doozy. So, for my channel, moving, I think I want to just say moving forward, like from here and forever on, I just feel like for, I don't know, maybe for a while, I think the way I want to do my channel, what I want to do for my channel is more like a documenting type of thing of like my own spiritual journey, because the reason why it's been so long, and I say 11, it was, my last video says I posted it 11 days ago. So to me, that's kind of a long time. But so to me, I mean, I know the reason why it's been that long. It's felt longer, but the reason why it's been that long is because I haven't been in a giving mood. Like, I haven't been in a space to give. I haven't been energetically able to give much of me, any of me, in almost any capacity actually. Just recently, I had to give in a way that I had not been given, and it was crazy because it's just kind of, I feel like it was just something that happened to kind of show me like that's my heart, that's who I am. And so really I feel like my spirit team and spirit guides and spirit just had to like shut me down and put me on timeout on that whole giving energy, because to give and not receive, or even to receive and not give, is not balanced. Like, that's out of balance. And so I think I had given so much, been given so much of myself in multiple different ways, to where um I mean, it was embedded into my everyday, like work, friends, relationship. It was, for me to be that way, it was just, so honestly, everything stopped. Everything came to a screeching halt, and I had to rest. I had to rest. I had to, yeah, just be put on timeout, and other people had to be on timeout for me, and those people still on timeout. I don't think time gonna start back up for them either. But I just want to document my spiritual journey, because even still, like, I'm still not feeling very giving. I'm still not feeling like I have much to give. Like, I guess in the way that I think of giving, typically when I think of giving, or typically when I give, it's taking from me to give to someone else. It's not doing anything for me simultaneously as I'm giving. You know what I mean? So I'm not, what I'm not in a space to do is to do that. to give in a way where it's taking from me, because honestly, like, I think my cup just been in debt. My own cup. I've been in debt to myself. Ooh. It's like I've been in debt to myself, you know. So yeah. And I feel like when I do these videos, at least the way that I was doing them, or I was wanting to do them before, it was of my giving energy, you know, giving, like not getting anything, just giving and focused on others. And so, to be honest too, even though my channel is not old at all, um just kind of seeing how, like, it didn't seem like my videos was being reached. Like, I don't know what to do in terms to get my videos to be seen more. So then that was kind of discouraging, because then it's like, well, who am I talking to? And it's funny because when I just said that, in my mind, the answer came, and it's me. I need to be talking to me and just share these parts of my self conversations, which I typically have all the time, but just like have these conversations with myself, but just share them with whomever they, you know, share them through this platform for whomever could glean something from them. But when I say when I say who am I talking to, and then I hear me talk to myself, that makes me feel really good. Because I know the energy that I give. And so to like put it on video and be like talking to myself and know that the intention is for me to get something, oh, my stomach, the intention is for me to get something from it, then it makes me feel good, because it's like I'm getting my own energy. And I love my energy. I do. And I know a lot of people do. So anyway, y'all, with that said, yeah, I want to just like spend time with my channel, or spend the time of making these videos for my channel, by just documenting my spiritual journey, because that's what my life really is all about. For me, everything is spiritual. Nothing that occurs in me, to me, around me, for me, against me, nothing is not spiritual, or nothing is void of a spiritual lesson, spiritual factor, essence. Because for me, the way I feel is we are spirit first and last. Like, the physical body is like a medium, like a conduit. I just heard that word the other day. There was another word though. It's like oh, maybe conduit. No, there's something it's like it's used in electricity. Damn it. I know it, and I'm not getting it. It's okay. But it's like the body is temporary. It's a temporary factor of our lives. Everything physical is temporary. Um, we're borrowing the body. Like, as spirits, we're borrowing the body. So I feel like everything has to relate. Everything has to be understood on a spiritual level for the sake of aligned living on the physical, you know. So for me, where I'm at now, after much turbulence, a season of turbulence, it's been pretty turbulent. Emotionally, mentally, financially, physically, spiritually. But it's been to grow me. It's been to grow me and to show me who I am, show others who I am. Because there's been a lot of going against me type of energy. Mental attacks, spiritual attacks, emotional, financial, physical. Though nobody's touched me physically, like folks have tried to affect my home, and I know it for a fact. So I've been on a journey of like learning more about myself to figure out why me, what's going on, like what did I do? What did I do to people, besides all of the not saying I'm perfect, but I know I've done hella good in this world for hella people. I know I have. Can't nobody argue me down about that. I know what I've done through profession, through volunteering, through just being a friend, through being a family member, a girlfriend, a member of different organizations. I know the heart that I got. I know the mind that I got. I know that I'm different as fuck. I know that I struggle a lot because I'm so different in the way that I think and approach this world and the way I live and navigate and what I see and I don't see in terms of how this world operates. And so I've had to really like dig really deep and ascend really high to learn who am I, why do these things happen. And though I've learned some things about, regarding who I am, then I have to wonder like, well, why are these things happening to me? Like, what's going on? Then I learned that people are really out here in this world doing spiritual attacks, like really using magic and sorcery and stuff like that to affect other people. And the shit is so real. And now I learn like everything, all of it has always been real. And I'm like late to the party of knowing, how people really get down for real in this world. Like we see fantasy type stuff on TV, but we live in a fantasy. Like this is a fantasy, and people really do act like that. People really do stuff like that. Like, so, and I mean, I guess it shouldn't be that surprising because I know that you can affect things with your thoughts, with your vibration of your own energy. Like the way you think will then affect your vibes. So then, like, you walk into a room, you negatively affecting people because your vibe is nasty because your thoughts are nasty, or you trying to handle something that's a technical object or whatever, and it breaks, or you broke it because your energy is nasty or something, maybe not nasty, but it's something that ain't right and something needs to be addressed. And so now this physical distortion or the breaking of something physical or something on the outside is now alerting you, has now went wrong to alert you like something's wrong on the inside. But what I'm talking about is how people really be like intentionally using their mind and whatever else they have to negatively affect others or to selfishly pull from others. Like, I used to think like, okay, instead in terms of energy vampires, the way I used to think of energy vampires, I know that they're real. But the way I used to think of it was like, it's like in them. It's not them trying to pull your energy, but they just do. And so, like I can't be around you for too long, or I can't, because me being more of a giver of energy, you're gonna suck me dry. And I can't have that if I got, something else to do. I mean, I can't have that. So I've come into contact with lots of energy vampires. So then I realized they're energy vampires. But in my mind, it's like they don't know that they are. They just Maybe they just have selfish traits. They're just they have traits of being selfish. Maybe they are narcissistic, but then, I think of the psychology, narcissistic personality disorder, so they don't really have control over it. Just kind of like, yeah, being like, oh, this is just in them and this is of them. So I need to control myself so that I'm not affected by them. So I need to block them, or I need to stay away from them, or I need to, let them know when I'm not feeling good or regarding something that they did to me or said, or if I'm around them and I'm starting to feel too drained, I have to be the one to stand up and go, hey, I gotta go, blah, 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 blah. That's how I've been operating, right? And really just having to get better at even just that, like those types of boundaries and stuff. But y'all, it's taken another level where I realize, oh no, like they know. And matter of fact, they're not just energy vampires just because, and now this is a download as I talk. They're not just energy vampires just because they weren't born that way. They're that way because they've been doing shit that has grown that beast inside of them. That demon, that leech, that monster inside of them. They've done things to feed that entity. Y'all, this is such a download because I have not been thinking of it this way at all. They've done things to feed that monster, that beast, that greedy ass goat. Look, I'm gonna use the word goat because there was something that just came up on social media. Well, not social media. I mean, it happened for real and then got shared through social media, and I just came across it about this concept of the goat versus the lamb and Kirk Franklin and some bullshit. And I'm like, wow, whew, the world is truly wicked. But you know, yeah, no, basically, like when I say goat, I'm saying goat as opposed to, what did I put the goat up against? The lamb. Like lamb versus goat, lion versus man, beast versus or Christ versus beast. Like, so all these more so negative things, these entities of hell, these entities of just pure darkness for the sake of darkness. Okay, not darkness for the sake of for the ultimate sake of creation, because we utilize darkness and light for the sake of holistic creation, right? Like chaos and order. But this is people who are just in love with chaos. They're in love with darkness. They're in love with hell. They're in love with low vibes. They're in love with their greed. They're in love with that part of them. So that beast in them, they're in love with that. They're in love with it. Like they can't detach from it. It's crazy because I think about the movie Venom and how I have fell in love with the movie Venom, and all these other types of movies where it's like they've kind of placated the villain. They've kind of placated the villain a bit. I fell in love with that shit. I did. Joker. I mean, I fell in love with the realness of the shit. I did. Not like not that I embody these types of energies, because I don't, but I fell in love with the truth of it all, with the real, like the movie Joker, where they're doing the, what's his name? Where they basically show like how he became the Joker. And the failures of society, and it's like, that is one way that happens. That is definitely one way that we get villains, that we get evil, people doing evil deeds, that people are born, or that people become agents of the devil because of their abuse, the abuse they went through, and all of this, and the failures. And then what happened? The lack of healing, and then just more and more abuse, more and more abuse. Eventually, yes, he threw the pills down the drain. Shit, I support it, And then what happened? He became his true self, but he's only his true self now at that point as a grown man because of everything he had already gone through. So that's how he became who he became, and he swagged that shit out, And I'm like, that's truth though. We can't ignore and act like people ain't treated wrong like that on a day-to-day basis, and then turn around and expect them to be law-abiding citizens. Like, that's how you get that type of shit to happen. You know, ain't nobody going after finding the people who was beating him up on the train. He's the villain now because he killed his abusers. You know, so but I understand the psychology that it's also trying to work on people. But so like, but I fell in love with that kind of stuff like that. And then the movie Venom with Eddie and Venom, Venom inside of him, and then eventually how they had to like work together, but like, and like coexist. Um, but see, the problem is everybody, most people can't tame that beast. You know, most people can't tame, like, what's his name, Joker. He said, fuck that shit, I ain't taming this shit no more. He was trying to tame it with his medication, you know, and the therapist and stuff. And you know that he was struggling because he'd had these nervous issues, you know, shaking his leg, like bouncing his feet, or bouncing his leg. You know, he was losing his mind because something, the beast was trying to come out of him for real. So maybe that's another thing where it's like, you know, it's not just that they feed the beast themselves, but what happens around like feeds that beast, which also points us to why we need spirituality, why we need higher power, like, to help us with that. Because that's like me. I know I got a beast inside of me. I know I do. She's come out many times in the past, you know, and sometimes very necessary, you know, but I know that if it wasn't for my spirituality and like regularly reconnecting with my higher power, with the source of my heart's design, you know, if it wasn't for that connection, you know, that work that I've done to stay connected and get reconnected and connect even more and strengthen that connection. If it wasn't for that, I don't know. There's so many different possibilities for me that I could see. I'd be in jail, you know, with other family members who share this, probably the same types or similar makeups to me, you know, where the beast inside of them really took over. You know, they lost control. Um, and also, you know, I can't say the jail is the end for them. In a sense, maybe yes, maybe not. But me knowing that ain't somewhere I want to go. You know what I mean? So, uh, you know, could it end up in a bad abusive relationship, unable to get out? Could it end up, gone? You know, just away, gone at my own, you know, at the work of my own hands. Um, on drugs or alcoholic. I've teased with that identity of an alcoholic multiple times in the past. What else? Shit. I could have been in a gang. I've been approached to be in a gang, to join a gang before. Could have done that. Dated men, guys in gangs before. Could have, you know, could have just shut off my mental and remained a part of, remained like a zombie, a part of these organizations that I've been a part of before, religious organizations I've been of before, and just could have like numbed myself to everything and just like been like, okay, fine, I just do what they want me to do and I won't do nothing that my intuition or spirit tells me to do. So many different ways, so many different things. Could have became super dependent on a man and ended up just being his whatever he wants me to be, sex slave. I've been so close to all this shit. Like even dip my toe into some of it. Like shit, some shit was fully immersed. Fully submerged before I got up and swam the fuck out of that them motions. You know, I'm just saying. So what I've been learning, y'all, is just that beast that obviously if it exists in people, it exists for real, in spirit. Like the energy and the type of action that beast relishes in is of like pulling energy from other souls, other people, of more pure energy of um power, just natural power, uh and from the earth, because those people who have that type of natural power, they're connected to the earth. We're connected to the earth, and so you have these beasts that feed off of that type of energy. So they're like large leeches. They're like black holes. They're like vortexes. And they're like real monsters for real. With no heart. So basically I've been learning, like, there's people out here who, okay, basically I can no longer be like, oh, my intuition is telling me that this is an energy vampire, and just be like, just kind of tell myself, oh, they don't know that. I just need to control the way that I allow them to operate with me, or control how much time I spend around them. It's like, no, now I know, no, more than likely they know. They know. And more than likely at this point, they probably do things on purpose to grow that beast, like to strengthen that beast. They do some type of magic work, some type of spell work. They even if it's as simple as praying, literally saying prayers to their beast, to cause harm, to take from other people, cause harm amongst other people, you know, even if it's as simple as prayers. They don't have to be killing animals, but many of them out here do that. Like, ugh. I just had a thought of like many different things that people might be doing, and it's disgusting because I feel like something's telling me, like, it's times like this with a full moon coming up that people are at their worst with this shit. And I just feel like I just got such confirmation regarding that, because like today's the 1st of May, and I got a text, which I want to just the nature of the word text and hex. I'm just now really grasping on to that now. But yes, I got a text message. It wasn't much, but from somebody who I know has been doing spell work on me, who I know has been trying to destroy me spiritually, if not own me spiritually, own me in every way by destroying me spiritually. Yes. And I know he has. And it's just funny because here's this full moon coming up in 4 or 5 days. And the last one that occurred was now about a month ago. I ain't heard from this person since the day of the full moon, of the last full moon. Before that, this person was trying to con me into believing that he wanted to reconnect with me and eventually marry me. Like, I've known him for so many years that he that type of conversation isn't too hadn't been too crazy to me, right? As far as talking about marriage or the possibility of having kids and stuff, because I've known him for so long. He's not a new person in my life at all. He's just somebody who hasn't been able to remain consistent in my life because of different shit and him being a bona fide narcissist. Bona fide. I used to call him the captain of the fuckboy ship. But uh so here I was in another space of, you know, trying to see what's been going on, how, you know, what's the changes, what's the growth, is there any change, are there any changes, has there been any growth, you know, lessons learned, what's going on, da 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 da. I'm kind of entertaining his bullshit just a little bit, but not too much. And then I promise y'all, the more I express myself to be like cool and okay with the conversation moving forward, which for me it was kind of easy to do because this isn't a person that's like that lives near me at all. Like, he's so far away. It's like I have some solace in that. But anyway, the more, you know, like, I feel like the more comfortable he began to feel with the way I was expressing myself in return to things that he was saying, the more just yuckiness was coming out, you know, the him expressing what he had been, how he had been living and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, retreat. But y'all, it was so necessary because I eventually realized, and like through divine downloads and through soul tribe information, informants, you know, we got that now. I love it. All over YouTube. I was able to realize, and also through actions of himself that aligned with other shit, you know, other information coming through. It's like full moon come, and you know, I do what I have to do just to make sure that I'm okay and I'm good, and you know, ain't nobody taking nothing from me in terms of my energy, my mental stability, you know, my self-control, my you know, none of that, my life. So it was just crazy because this person don't know that I was doing that, but they went silent the full moon, the day of the full moon. Ever since the day of that full moon, which was April 6th, ever since that, I have not heard from this person until literally, I think I got the text yesterday, last night. And immediately I'm like, full moon's coming up, trying to get some energy from me. Or to do whatever he's trying to do. Cause a month, bro, a month. I mean, he texted something. It was like, "Oh, I miss you. I need you," or something like that. But it was so different compared to what he was saying before, and like how he was communicating before, which let me know I was so on point. I haven't said nothing. I haven't, like, he said something like, "I need you," and I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "Miss you." Like, okay. You know, but it's just like to pay attention to these moon cycles now, and then how other people are acting when it comes to, you know, the timing of the phases of the moon, like to pay attention to that now. Mind you, I've always paid attention to it. Like, not always, but for a long time I've like realized like crazy shit do be happening around the full moon time, especially on full moon days. Like, anywhere I live, like usually gunshots, I hear more of them. I hear more sirens, people going crazy, people arguing, fighting. Like, energy is just on high. So I used to always notice that, but not necessarily the fact of people actually out here doing shit, like to um source energy from other people. Like, mm, mm, mm. So yeah, I haven't heard from this person since literally since. Okay, so I guess he did text at the day after the full moon, but you see, it was so crazy because I also realized, oh, so he must realize what he was trying to do didn't work, because he was trying to get me into a mental state of being weak or being excitable. You know, that's what they do. They try to affect you on your emotions and then take from you. You know, either make you feel scared, make you feel angry, just try to heighten your emotions, make you feel really sad, you know, and then that's what they take from you because you're not at peace. You're not at peace. And peace has always been my main thing. It's always been my main thing that I fight for myself, to have my peace. Like, if you are messing up my mental peace, my physical peace, my emotional peace, my spiritual peace, my financial peace, you have to go. I cannot have you. I cannot deal with you. We're not doing that. You know, the world is chaotic enough, and I like to live in my own little world. My own little world. So if you come messing any of that up, I'm sorry, love, you gotta go. I can't keep you here. I can't continue to share myself with you in any type of way. And you know, I'm learning that about myself too. That's another thing I'm learning, like, because for another connection that I've had, that I had, you know, there was some emotional turbulence to where my emotional self was being disrupted, so I didn't have completely the emotional piece that I needed. But see, I work with the emotions, you know, like, I feel like, how can I put it, like, my emotions don't control me, you know what I mean? Like, I work the emotions. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I work the emotions. So the emotions don't work me. Now, the parts where it's gotten bad are, you know, uh harmful with this other connection. It was mainly financial and then thus mental, right? Because now, yeah, like, you affecting my own, like, stability. Like, I don't depend on nobody else's finances. I depend on just my own. So you messing that up for me because you're always in need, you know, or you don't know how to pay me back like you said you would. um or, you know, it's very much the physical stability part, you know, threatening my, you know, doing things or having to call on me in ways that affect my work or affect my car or my money, you know what I mean? And so then that is gonna automatically transfer onto the mental, because it's like, fuck, what, you know, like, automatically. So, but see, for that person, the emotional, like, love and stuff was there, is still there. I can't even lie, like, I care about this person so much, but it's like, unfortunately, that financial leg, that physical leg, that pentacles leg right there is chopped all the way up in regards to this person. So how can my table stand? Like, because my table, like, you coming fucking with my table, because unfortunately, like, you ain't got a table, you know, for me to even affect. You fucking with my table. So you done fucked up the financial leg of my table. I gotta go fix that, get that back, and you can't stay. You cannot come back when you the one that fucked it up. You know, I love you, still got the emotional leg here, you know, in relation to you, but really, that's really me, because that's just how I am. Like, when I love for real, so I'm not gonna just turn it off. Like, if I love you for real, like, but I need my whole table. I can't, what I'm gonna do with a 3-legged table? Nothing's going to be able to maintain to stay on top of the table. Everything gonna be sliding off. It's gonna be a slippery slope. I can't do that. So that person had to go. So I'm just sharing with y'all, man, my journey, because it's all these different things have been making me. And then to find out that that person may very well too be doing some black magic, sorcery type of stuff, some ill will prayers, selfish ass prayers, you know, in regards to me in their lives. So that's why I say, y'all, just about everybody is In terms of access to me, that shit's locked down. The gates to access me, locked up. Locked up. And guess what? I ain't even got the key to give it to you. You'll have to go to the spirit world for that. I don't got the key. You can't come to me. Nope. Because basically, I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge of me. You gotta go talk to the Most High. You gotta go talk to Source. You gotta go talk to your ancestors who probably know my ancestors or probably can't talk. Like, your people gotta talk to my people. And my people let me know. But I bet you with everything that I'm learning, I can also tell you, you ain't gonna get through. I mean, you gotta go do your own healing, you know. I crack myself up, but yeah, I've been really just having to get to know, you know, why it is that I've been so targeted and so because I tell you that last full moon must have been a real important one, because I tell you, it came out, y'all. I was like, them two, okay, this is why I'm feeling sick, this is why I'm feeling drained, this is why I'm feeling like I want to off myself, like. And I mean, people that I was loving, actively loving. Listen, I'm on a solo dolo mojo. Solo mojo dolo. So solo. That's just the way it gotta be. I'm just learning in my spiritual journey, like, people really be out here and just trying to make a way. But it's like, listen, look up, go in. Matter of fact, go in. You gotta go in. And you gotta be patient. But I feel like we've reached a point where those folks who can't be patient, you're gonna lose. I don't know if there's hope for you, because social media got it down packed. Like, patience. Instagram. You know? Another thing, detachment. I've been learning detachment and how to really master that for myself and realizing why it's so necessary. What does social media do? No, let's stay attached. Let's stay attached. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. I mean, everything is about, all that shit is to fight against detachment, because people want to remain attached to you. And I woke up today and it dawned on me. It came to me like a divine download. Attach and attack. Like, people can't attack you if they ain't attached to you. Ooh! They can't attack you if they're not attached to you. So even if it's not physical, like, somebody's attached to you in the spiritual or an emotional, financial, you know what I mean? So they can't attack you if they're not attached to you. So what I've also been learning by myself is that spiritually, I got abilities. Like, you can think you attached to me, you know, or you could have been attached to me, but I could cut all that shit. I can do that. So that makes me feel good, because currently I don't want to be attached to nobody. I'm not attached to nobody. Like, nobody knows what's up with me, you know, for real, like, in totality. And on top of that, even if they do, at this point, my spiritual protection is so locked in and anchored. Can't nobody do nothing to really affect me for real. So what I've been learning is, like, okay, like, even the text that I just got that last night that I'm not gonna respond to, but that I just got, people gonna be coming back around trying to, like, apologize and stuff from the last shit that they was doing last full moon. And get on my good side, because perhaps now they too have realized the error of their ways due to who I am. And not just who I am, but like what I've done as the person who I am. Like, I've given you nothing but love, for real. I stroked your ego when we were together. Family wise, I gave y'all money. I gave y'all love. I lived my life in a way to honor y'all, for real, as best as possible, as best as I could, with, you know, other with moments of just needing to be free and be me and not care about honoring nobody, because of the lack of support that I would be getting from them anyway. But for the most part, trying to maintain a life of honor in regards to my family, in regards to my my false parent. you know, Giving money, giving time, energy, like, but that's just who I am. And you know what? I love who I am. So I'm glad none of this shit has changed who I am. You know what I mean? I am who I am. Like, and I love that about myself. It's just, oh yeah, that's it. Like, everything has shown me more and more about who I am. And so that's where I'm at right now in terms of my spiritual journey. And yeah, I'm in a space of having to, like I told one of my former friends now, I said, like, I am feeling and drinking from my own cup. I am in need of all of me. So I'm being all for me. That's it. So I realized, like, even just me sharing this type of stuff, if somebody comes across it, they can be inspired by it, perhaps to do the same for themselves. So hey, if that happens, that happens. If it don't, it's cool. I'm doing this for me now. I'm doing this for me now. I'm talking to me. Like, I don't need people to. I guess that's another thing that makes me so different when it comes to, like, being in these systems, and in this system, even like this YouTube system. Is like, I don't need you to subscribe to me, and I break shit down. Subscribe, like, you're so scribe, right? Scribe. So a scribe is a writer, right? A writer, like, you write. Sub, under. So, like, underwriter, an underwriter. You could, when you break it down like that, you can think of it as an endorser. But then when you put in the nature of it, the nature, you're following me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like hitting the follow button on other things. You know, you're not necessarily lifting me up. If you're subscribing to me, you're underwriting what I'm saying, but as a follower, not as an ally, but as a follower. So you are voluntarily placing yourself as a subservient to me. And it's like, I don't know. I personally don't need that. I don't want that. I done unsubscribed, from just about everything, because I don't want that energy. I don't want to send that energy out like, oh, I'm under you. Or, no, you don't have to be under me. Like, I don't know. Why can't there just, I don't know. We get into pushing buttons. And I was about to say, why can't we just push a button, have a button that says support? But still, like, the nature of the game becomes, it becomes something else, because of that whole action there eventually becomes something else just because of the nature of the game. That's how I feel. So yeah, like underwriters, like co-signers, like, and I mean, we learn in the credit system, you don't just go around co-signing. You know, you don't do that because that shit. Now you're aligning yourself with them, so now their mistakes become your mistakes, right? Like your shit becomes collateral damage if their shit is not there to be effective. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an army of one. I don't know. I'm an army of one. Like, you know, so I just take shit that literally, and I don't think perhaps everybody has to, but I do feel like I have to. I have to because I am here for a very important purpose that is big for people and the earth and the world. Like, not saying that other people aren't, but I do. I mean, just as I've been learning about myself, I can't lie. Shit's different. It's different. It's pretty. Yeah. It just explains why I've been through what I've been through and why I've been so targeted, um, in multiple ways since I was a child. Uh, yeah, and I'm just owning that now. It ain't like a braggadocious thing. It's just a factual thing. Um, that I'm owning myself. So like I can't join more of the matrix. Like I can't become more of the, embed myself more into the matrix. Like I'll do these videos, put them out there, but I can't get so caught up in the whole numbers game. Because that, again, that's what the subscription whole game becomes about. It becomes a numbers game. I don't even have no other subscriptions, y'all, that I pay for real. Like, I don't do Netflix. I don't do none of that shit because I don't like subscriptions. Like, why do I need to, like, make a vow to you? Like, a vow. Like, why can't I just look at your video when it comes down my feed? But what have they done? They've attached money to it. So, oh, this is not going past an hour. I just wanted to post a video because it's May 1st and I got inspired to approach my videos now in a way of which I'm documenting my spiritual journey. I don't have to come on here in a way, what am I giving to the people? The people that ain't watching. What am I putting out? What am I giving? It's like, no, you don't have to do that. This can be equally giving to you and primarily actually giving to you. But it's something about doing this that helps my energy flow, And so I'll put it on this channel because I know that I'm somebody who can affect inspiration really big. Like I can inspire others by sharing everything that I've gone through, because I know I've gone through a lot. I know I have. Yep. All right, y'all. So I'm about to go do some stuff, and if you watch, thank you for watching. Till next time.